How's it? Today is December 4th, Friday. As always, it's a big Friday. Um, I'm really happy with how today went. Today was a pretty heavy day, like relative intensity. And as a quick spoiler, I didn't fail anything today. I felt really snappy. I felt positionally proper. As far as the snatch goes, I felt really strong. On the clean and jerks, I didn't feel as strong, but I was still, um, I think, positionally better than I was in the past. And I was able to hit all of the lifts, so there's not too much else bad to say about that. I think in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of 2020, this is the second best day I've had all year, aside from that day that I hit that total PR, which was the 100 snatch and the 130 clean and jerk. So today was work up to 97 or 98 and 127 or 128 for 2 attempts of both. I ended up doing the higher range. I almost always pick the higher range on set number, rep number, and weight. I almost always choose the higher one. There are very few times when I feel like I want to choose the lower ones, and I can't recall the last time I've done that on a weightlifting day. I think as far as this warm up goes, I felt really, really, really solid. The vibe was good. Listening to this kind of early 2000s like pseudo punk rock or whatever. You see there that 60 snatch, it just felt very snappy off the ground. I like I'm just it just felt completely different when I was warming up versus last week Friday. Last week Friday was a little bit different because it was in the morning. It was really cold, but even before that, here's the jam. Yeah, so that was a bop and one of the better 80 snatches I've done. This is the best 90 kilo snatch I've ever done. I think I would call that the best one I've literally ever done. And after that, I knew that the lifts today were going to be panning out pretty well. 95 didn't feel the best, but in the grand scheme of things, right? So that's my first attempt here. I had a little bit of soft elbows, soft shoulders. You can't really see it in the video, but it's what it felt like. Here's my second attempt. I felt like I pulled really hard. You could see my hips kind of extend forward, which normally doesn't ever happen on the snatch, but they did in that one lift, and it kind of corrected back to the midline, and I'm pretty happy with how that went. I had a lot of height on that. I had a lot positioning on that. It was perfect overhead, and I think as far as how the snatches have been going, the position holds that we've been incorporating for the last 2 weeks are making a world of a difference because from the floor, that's usually the area that I struggle with the most. That's usually the area most people struggle with the most. But me specifically, I am not only am I kind of weak from the floor, but I'm also inconsistent. So there are some lifts where my hips kind of remain straight and are able to use my legs, but there are other lifts where my hips are the first to pick up once I lift off the ground, and just drilling the position holds I'm sure have been helping with that. So here we are. I'm talking about my snatches. I get to the heavier clean jerks. This is my last warm up set at 123. I had that weird head jerk at the beginning, and I thought the clean was going to be a little bit strange, and it definitely was, but I was able to fix it. So here's my first attempt here at 128. Some of the positioning issues that I've been having for the snatch, carry over to the clean and jerk. As far as my start position, I think I've been really obsessed with start position as of late. Um, so here's my last one. This clean is a lot better, and the jerk timing was a lot better. I told Brad after this that the bar did have a little bit of bar crash, but like overall, I'm definitely happy with how it went. The the issues that I've been having for the jerk have not been manifesting as of late on the heavier sets, and I am not entirely sure if that's because I'm just jerking more frequently, or if I was able to actually make a fix. But after that, I moved into this new exercise for me, which is inspired by the garage strength coach, and it's the double bounce front squat for doubles. Steve wanted me to practice this because there are two reasons. One of them is that my hips tend to lose tension as I get to the bottom of the hole. So in order for me to execute the bounce correctly, I need to maintain tension. Another area where I lose tension, which is the second reason, another area where I lose tension is in my upper back. If I do a pause front squat, once the weight stops moving, for some reason, once I want to move it again, my upper back starts to cave forward, and it's always been an issue for me. So focusing on this, keeping the energy moving, and the momentum going, it's a little bit easier for me to keep my upper back tight. It's also just like if I end up losing upper back tension, I will completely fail the lift. So yeah, these are a lot harder than I thought they were going to be, and I was intending to go to 128 for doubles, but Steve said somewhere around where I cleaned today. So if I clean 128, right, then like below it, maybe 2 or 3 kilos is okay. But I ended up doing 125 for two at the top set, at the top weight. I counted 120 as my first set. And after all the bar movements, I just had some pull-ups and some hanging leg raises. I think moving forward, I'm gonna stop doing hanging leg raises twice a week. On both ab days, I do hanging leg raise just because it's the most convenient thing. I think I want to start doing more GHD sit-ups because I think overall I just get more out of the GHD sit-up as far as abs, the aesthetics. But yeah, overall today was just a really awesome day. I I feel very very strong, very snappy, and I'm very happy with how today went. Right, like 98, 128. That's 2 kilos off on both lifts of my best ever. So yeah, thank you. Shoots.